Mercy. Hey, your brother from the gutter, the slick one, back behind the wood for the open bar. And I am coming to you live on tape on, Saturday night, Sunday morning? Yeah. The last weekend in April. Thank God. April has been pretty shitty the entire month. Pretty cold. So, anyway, I don't want to bitch about the weather anymore. I mean, that's the price we pay for living in the vacation spot of America, you know. So the Bills had a kick-ass draft, I thought, over the weekend. I mean, did we get some pipe-hitting homies or what? The Bills, they scratched where it itched. And they got defensive linemen, and they got corners because that's what they need. They need a defense. They went 6 out of 9 picks on defense. And this is what you need because it's not the offense that's been letting us down. It's not the highest scoring offense in the league that needed help. It's the defense that needs help. And they took a page out of the Philadelphia Eagles playbook, and they went apeshit drafting defensive linemen, which is what the Eagles have been doing. Some of the guys we drafted, very impressive. The first-round pick, of course, they got a corner from Kentucky, Maxwell Harrison. And I'm not going to go over all his stats and everything, but he's a big-time playmaker. He makes picks. He's fast. And we need the help in the secondary, especially at corner. And then they went defensive line. They got T.J. Sanders out of South Carolina. Now, this dude he's the real deal from what they're saying. He is 6'4", 305, put on a little bit of weight. Okay, he's not the run stuffer type. He's a pass rusher type, but he can play the run too. But he's more of a penetrator, a chaos, agent of chaos, which is what you want. You don't want Ted Washington these days. We're not playing a 3-4. Then, okay, great pick. They traded up to get him. Then they go defensive line again. Only this time, instead of defensive tackle, they go defensive end. And they get this kid, Landon Jackson is his name, defensive end from the Razorbacks. Bills used their third-round pick that they got from Chicago with the trade. 6'6", 265 pounds. It's your typical Buffalo Bills defensive end. That's what they like. And you can, imagine him with Greg Russo and Joey Bosa and Larry O, Michael Hoyt. I mean, they are assembling a cast of pipe-hitting homies. They're going to go out there and get in the other team's backfield, get in the other quarterback's business. After Landon Jackson, the edge pass rusher extraordinaire, who can also play special teams, by the way, they go defense again, defensive line again, and they go with Deion Walker from Kentucky. Now, it would seem to me that this boy likes his biscuits a little too much, okay? 6'7", 330, 340 pounds. Who's counting when you get to that stage? But this is another guy with talent. He's for a big man, he can rush the passer. And he is not really a power player. He's more of a finesse player, even though he's that big. So I guess the deal is last year he had kind of an off season. And the year before that, he was fantastic. But they're chalking it up to he had some kind of back problems last year, which hopefully are behind him. So maybe they get him to, have a couple of, eat some carrots maybe instead, lay off the blue cheese. Maybe they can, get this kid's back right. And he gives us another badass to add to the defensive line, another disruptor.
Medication time. Medication time.
So the Bills finally got off the defensive line kick in round 5. They had 2 picks. The first one, Jordan Hancock, who is a nickel safety. Think of him in the Cam Lewis mold. He's a nickel. He can play safety, not an outside type cornerback, but he is a talented pick. Then they went offense for the first time with their second, 5th round pick. This dude is pretty interesting. Tight end Jackson Hawes from Georgia Tech. Now, he is considered the best blocking tight end in the draft, hands down. Like, it's not even close. This dude is a devastating and elite blocker, the best blocker I heard somebody say that's come out in 3 years. Blocking tight end, that is. Of course, we've got, the tight ends that we have, Dawson Knox and Kincaid, who's more of a pass catcher. This dude can bury people in the run game and in the pass game. He started out at Yale, believe it or not. He's an economics major. My God, Lovey, a Yale man. So, listen, his mama didn't raise no dummy. Jackson Hawes, and they will use him for sure at short yardage and these, big formations that they have. He'll definitely be a big plus in the run game, and special teams. Had a lot of special teams experience as well. Then, after Jackson Hawes, we went with cornerback Dorian Strong from Virginia Tech. This kid is 6'1", 4.5 speed. So he doesn't have blazing speed, but he is experienced. He's had 44 starts in the SEC. Just productive. 35 passes, breakups in his career, 7 interceptions. They say that he is physical, mellow, doesn't get rattled about shit, an excellent technician. And yes, that's been said about your humble host as well. So after we go with Dorian Strong, Virginia Tech. By the way, a lot of people thought he would go higher. I had him rated as like a third-round pick, some folks. Then we went with offensive lineman Jason London from the University of Connecticut, 6'7", 302. Now, the knock on him is that he is a narrow body, that he's not, heavy enough. And the Bills see him as a guard. I guess he played tackle in college. And the rap on him is, too, they say he doesn't have a big wingspan. How can you be 6'7" and have Gary Coleman's wingspan? I mean, and then they wrapped it up with a wide receiver who I know nothing about, Caden Prather. Is that his name? Prather, whatever. So, yeah. I mean, the Bills, and I'll tell you another thing I liked is that all these kids seem to be very enthusiastic. They seem to be, they all had their heads on straight. I watched a lot of the Zoom interviews. They did Zoom camera interviews with these kids. And, they were all excited, which is, obviously but the youthful exuberance on people like Maxwell, our first round pick, Maxwell Harrison, and then the kid from Kentucky was very emotional as well, Landon Jackson. And some of these kids were team captains. So they're bringing in some, good character people, some talented people. Let's hope it fucking works. That's all I got to say. And it's worth pointing out that the only cornerback that I recommended the Bills draft in my last podcast, previous this one, was the kid we drafted in the first round, Maxwell Harrison from Kentucky. What am I, psychic?
You're goddamn right.
And how about that Dunsky, Donald Trump? Jesus. He is not having good numbers as of lately. His approval numbers are in the tank with independents. I think we touched on this a little bit last time. And the demographic that he is the most underwater in just about every poll and big time, is Generation Z, which evidently is anybody 30 or under. Women 30 and under, Generation Z broads, they disapprove of Trump by a margin of like 75% to 25%. Listen, he's not scoring with any young babes. I'll tell you that much.
He's the hope of America.
And now they're arresting judges. So much has happened since last time, as it does with, every day in the Trump administration. There's a new catastrophe of some sort. Hegseth, he was talking on the unsecure line. Guess what? He did it again.
I wish I had a retarded mind like you.
Yeah, so Hegseth, he's forwarding battle plans to like his brother, his mother-in-law, his wife, just about anybody. And it's just an embarrassment, just complete stupidity. But this is systematic of the Trump administration. We all knew that if he got in the second term, well, anybody with half a brain knew that last time he had adults around him to stop him with some of this crazy shit because he didn't know any better. So he appointed people, like General, what's-his-face, that was his chief of staff that he fucked over. And all these people he hired that were supposedly so great, all these generals, and, a lot of these people were very qualified, but they ended up hating his guts and saying that he's a moron. And so they're not around to stop him now. They are not around to stop him. So now he's surrounded by all these, fucking TV show people he puts in charge of the Defense Department. He's got some guy in charge of the IRS that was pushing some tax scam, I mean, it's just, it's a joke. I mean, this is fucking outrageous. Now I'm just reading 3 children who are U.S. citizens. This story is just breaking. 3 children who are U.S. citizens, including one with cancer, were deported with their mothers. And this administration is just cruel. They're lawless, they're cruel, and most of all, they're fucking stupid. They're a bunch of fucking morons. They shouldn't be anywhere near the levers of power. And that's all I got for you today here on Slick's Open Bar. Don't forget to tell all your friends out there in podcasting land, you podcasting fools out there, that we are streaming on all the platforms that we can possibly come up with, including Apple, Spotify, Amazon, iHeart, YouTube. And, of course, we originate out of Podbean. And if that don't get it done for you, just go to slicktom.com and all the podcasts are up there. All the Slickcasts are up there. All right? I don't know. Maybe we should put up a donation. Maybe we should put up a donation thing at some point so you could help Slick keep the bar stocked. What do you think? Good idea? I could use the extra cash. That's right. I got to buy shit for the show, like I don't know. I'll think of something, though. So thanks for tuning in. And listen, if you want to contact me, even though I'm off of Facebook, I'm still on Facebook Messenger. So if you want to send an email, that's probably the best way to do it. Just go to Facebook Messenger. In any event, that's all I got for you. Also, props to our technical and graphical producer. She's the best. Julia from Lakewood Studios. If you're looking to do a website or anything, she's the one you want to contact. Because me, I know absolutely nothing. Most days, I'm lucky I can make a fucking pot of coffee. All right. Remain calm. Circle the wagons. Go Bills. Very excited about this draft. We're going to turn the heat up on some motherfuckers this year. Yeah. Live fast. Die old. And, of course, weed, whiskey, and Warren Zevon. Peace out.
Hail to the king, baby.